Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and on your screen you see the OMEGA Seamaster Diver 300 meter. It is not the first time we are taping a video with the Seamaster 300 with the new green dial, green bezel. Yes, we did a video some months ago. It meanwhile has 210,376 views, so quite a lot. But still the video did not show you all the details I will be able to show you in this video, so it's absolutely worth watching this one. I will go into details, explain everything. I have to apologize. This is the first thing I will do. Just after my introduction, I have to apologize for misinforming you. In the other video about the tapering of the bracelet, I will show you that this is not the case. The strap does. And I'm able to go with the watches into the water, into my pool, show them. And what is also very important, please use our pictures to get an impression of the green. What I can tell you is that the color you see on the OMEGA website is not the real color of this watch. I have been, before recording this video, calibrating my camera with a data color spider check. So everything is calibrated. We are really trying to do the best we can to bring the real color of this watch. As far as I can say, the ones you see on the website, don't trust them. The watches are much more beautiful than OMEGA shows them. Yeah, it is the case, I have to say.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
So the first thing, as I just announced, is an apology coming from my side. In the other video, I was giving you some wrong information about the bracelet. I claimed that the bracelet is tapering. This is absolutely wrong. I have to apologize. If you see here, nothing changes, nothing tapers here. 20 to 20, yep, was a mistake from my side, apologies. So this bracelet, this wonderfully executed bracelet, does not taper. I have also, yes, you saw it already, the one with the rubber strap. Here we have 20, and it is tapering down here to 18. The rubber strap tapers down from 20 to 18, and yep, the stainless steel bracelet does clearly not as you just have seen it on your screens. This is the diver worn on its stainless steel bracelet. That is definitively not tapering. I'm saying it again, I have to laugh when I say this. Yeah, you clearly see it. Now the question is, must such a bracelet taper? Let's discuss this in the comment section. Is it really necessary? Doesn't it just look also good the way it is? I don't see any disadvantages if that bracelet is not tapering. It is 20 to 20. As said before, the same watch, same bright sun, yeah, everything the same as before, just that you are seeing on your screen now the watch with the bracelet, with this famous look. And look again, here is the folding clasp, and it has exactly the same size as in between the lugs. So is it a disadvantage? What do you say, think? I don't know. I am not, I don't know. Is it so important that a bracelet is tapering just because some others do it? Because others claim that it is more expensive to manufacture a bracelet that is tapering. But OMEGA always did that bracelet the way it is, and yeah, many like it. Same with that, yeah, also nicely called VART here, the Helium escape valve. Should it be there? Should it not be there? Yeah, that's something. Tastes are so different, and I think everybody who is now, impatient to say something, go and grab your keyboard and please use the comment section and discuss it with us what you think about. So once again, that is the green you are seeing. OMEGA uses a 316L stainless steel to manufacture the case. The diameter actually is a 42 millimeter, And the thickness of the case, as you see it right now, is 13.56 millimeter. And the so-called lug-to-lug distance, that's the distance from one lug end to the other lug end, or the entire length of the watch, if you want to put it that way, is exactly 50 millimeter. Let me also add this as an important information. All the measurements I will give you from either the watch worn on bracelet or rubber strap are identical if it concerns the watch head. So all the data are the same. These watches are identical. It's only strap or bracelet that makes the difference. And one more thing, for those who are now shouting or scared, seeing me touching watches with something they don't know what it is. This is a plastic pointer, of course, and it is from the Swiss manufacturer Bezel, and it is a special watchmaker tool made for such purposes that you can show or point out things on a watch. It's plastic and it will, of course, not scratch the watches. The Seamaster 300 features a slightly domed sapphire crystal. You can see this if I touch it with my pointer. You can see it is a little bit domed. It is a sapphire crystal that has an anti-reflective treatment on both sides. And on the Mohs hardness scale, it is graded 9. So the Mohs hardness scale goes from 1 to 10, and this one is being graded as 9. So very hard, mostly unscratchable. And Omega also points out that the anti-reflective treatment they use for the coating is a brand new one. It is absolutely scratch resistant and it's almost impossible to harm it on a daily basis. So those who are saying, anti-reflective treatment on the outer side, yeah, the other big brand with the crown on the dial, they don't use one. Okay, that's their decision. Omega thinks different. They know, or they believe or trust in what they put on their sapphire crystals. And yeah, it is there, and yeah, delivers a wonderful three-dimensional look on the dial you wouldn't have if this sapphire crystal would only have an anti-reflective treatment underneath. This is, of course, an unidirectional rotating bezel, counterclockwise, of course, because we are having a diver's watch here, and yeah, 120 clicks to turn. I will show you quickly. And yeah, I'm using the watch with the rubber strap because it's easier to handle with gloves in front of the camera. And as you see, the rotating bezel is quite difficult to operate. And this is good because any positioning will not then also happen when you're really using the watch underwater. So it really takes some force. You have to really keep it in your hands and then you're able to turn it. The clicks are solid, sounds good, feels good, everything as it should be. And it's not fragile in the sense that you can easily touch it and then it will continue to move. It will not, and I will bring it back to 0 position to show you. With gloves, it's slivery. Yes, it's slivery. That's not easy. If you are not believing what you see here on your screen, please take some gloves, take a watch, try it yourself, and you will then understand me. Okay, this is a ceramic inlay, and this is white enamel. And of course, in the triangle, we do have a dot that will, of course, shine in darkness. I think it's pretty impressive. Omega did a good job here also to have 2 different colors being applied to ease up readability and to have the same color for the minute hand and the dot at 0 or integrated in the triangle of the unidirectional turning bezel. This Omega Seamaster also features a ceramic dial. It is polished and has laser engraved waves, clearly to see here. The applied elements you see here on the dial are rhodium plated, diamond polished, and the hour markers are filled with white superluminova with a blue emission. Yep. And you can see here underneath the center, it is written ceramic, Zulu Romeo Oscar 2. The abbreviation for ceramic is also engraved here on the dial, clearly visible. What else do you see on that dial? What you always have on such an Omega, you have OMEGA Seamaster, you have the word professional, then you have Co-Axial. Yes, it's a Co-Axial escapement. It is Master Chronometer certified. I will talk about the Master Chronometer certification just in a while. And it is waterproof to 300 meters or 1,000 feet. And I will really point it out here. Good to know that the date disc is perfectly, I have to say perfectly, yes, I'm exaggerating a little bit, matching the color of the dial. So there is absolutely zero color difference. Bravo, Omega. That's the way how you do these things. Everything else, yeah, looks a little bit cheap in my humble opinion, but perfect, couldn't be better. And please take advantage of the steadily changing light conditions I have here when I am filming these watches. It is a typical summer day. Behind me there is blue skies, some clouds passing by, so you have a little bit of shadow, or let's say the sun is not directly being reflected. You have some clouds passing by and you can see how the color of that green changes all the time. I made the observation that at a certain amount of light, the green is almost fading out. You are no longer seeing or recognizing all this being green. And this is, yeah, something I also have been reading in one of the comments. Someone said, yeah, the green is almost fading out. That's true. That's true. What do you think? Should have Omega tried or used a more vibrant green or a different green to avoid this effect? Or do you say, oh, I don't mind the color turning from green to more or less a black-gray color when it comes to certain lower light conditions? Especially in the sun, of course, it is looking gorgeous. Yes, for those who admire green colors, it's looking gorgeous. But with lower light conditions, I have the impression that the green is a little bit fading out. And as I said before, everything is calibrated, and what you see or what you see on your screens should be the real green. Let me actually start my pull shot, and it's the favorite part of my video, I can tell you, with some little bit cloudy conditions, or some clouds are covering actually the sun, and this also gives you again the opportunity to see the difference of the green dial, how it appears on your wrist. Now sun is out again, no doubt, and I will with pleasure bring the watch into water. In its element, that's where the watch is supposed to be. It's a Seamaster 300, certified and tested, and you can perfectly wear it for diving. In the video I have been showing you all the length extensions, the possible length extensions you have coming here in the clasp with in the folding clasp with that bracelet. I like the watches to be a little bit loose on my wrist. I don't want them to be so tied up, so this is why it is looking as it is, but it has been adjusted to my wrist. And once again, let's go into the water, and look, here we have the effect of a disappearing dial. That's an effect you always have on the water, unless you would fill a watch with a liquid. There's one company doing it, it's called Sin, but Sin fills up a case that features or is powered by a quartz movement, and believe it or not, you cannot fill up a case or an entire case with a liquid and you have a mechanical movement. The balance wheel would not be able to turn in that liquid, so it only is possible if you're using a quartz movement. Oh, the sun again disappears. We have some shadow now. It's good. I can show you this watch in different light conditions. This is how the watch looks like underwater with less sun, and yeah, the green definitively, yeah, looks different, fades out a little bit. Exactly what one someone described also in the comment section of our other video. The thing I'm pointing at is probably the most discussed something of the Omega Seamaster 300 is the new conical Helium escape valve. It is polished and embossed with an HI or Helium positioned at 10 o'clock. It is something the watch has as a design element from the very, very first days. It is part of the DNA of the design of the watch. Is it necessary to have it? Oh yeah, this is something we could endlessly discuss. Probably not, because yeah, there are modern divers as the Ultra Deep from Omega that do not need a Helium escape valve anymore, and other brands do also manufacture diving watches without a Helium escape valve, so they could, in theory, get rid of it. They could, Omega could, but as it is part of the design of the DNA, I would say it has to be there, it is there, and it should stay there. That's my personal opinion, of course. Many of you would say, oh, take it off, that's the most ugly thing I've seen on the watch. Yeah, might be. But then if you take it off, it will no longer be the Omega Seamaster 300. It will be another watch. It is as it is. Just think about that little detail from the other brand called Cyclops you have on the date. Is always positioned here at 3 o'clock, but taking away the Cyclops would definitively change the design of these watches and take away a part of the DNA. So yeah, it is there, the Helium escape valve. At least it is a new one. Hey guys, stay positive. It's new conical Helium escape valve. Okay. Argue with me in the comment section. Should it be there? Should it not be there? I say yes. Yeah, because it's part of the DNA. Okay. What you see now on your screens is the screw-down crown with an embossed Omega logo, and yeah, a little remark also here. I always do these remarks. It will be just wonderful if the manufacturer, I'm not only talking about Omega, I'm talking about all manufacturers, will be able to manufacture their crowns in a way that when you really screw them in and you reach the point where you can't screw more than you did, that the Omega logo would be, or the other logo, or any logo would be perfectly aligned. I'm just doing this here, aligning it manually so you can see what I'm talking about. This is how I would wish it looks like, that you have the Omega logo, the other logo, any logo being perfectly aligned. But unfortunately, when you screw it in, you come to a point and yeah, it is misaligned. That's how it is. Let me unscrew the crown for you. Perfectly able to do this with gloves. That's always a positive sign. Was not so easy with the Bezel, but here it's perfectly possible. First position, you can wind. The movement has a power reserve, I say this already now, 55 hours. That also could be better, yeah, compared to other manufacturers that offer 70 hours, meanwhile, could be, but 55 hours is, if you're wearing the watch anyhow, more than enough, but okay, just said it. In the second position, and please watch the date window being positioned at 6 o'clock, and I will quickly run you through all the other numbers so you can imagine how they look like. Here comes the 10, etc. Double digit looks, of course, different. I will quickly continue to run you through here. Now we are approaching the 20th. This is how the 20th looks like. We are going, continuing here. We are approaching the 30th. There is the 30th, 31st. And now watch to single digit again. Of course, much bigger. Yes, and I will go back to the 7th. Why the 7th? Because I will pull out the crown in its second position. There you go. You have hacking seconds. The central second hand stops in case you want to do any precise adjustments with a time signal, wherever you are taking it from. But what I'm doing now is I'm advancing the hands manually to midnight. And want to show you the date change. What happens? Here we are. It is instantaneously jumping just before midnight. There is nothing moving. Oh, from the 8th to the 9th, I said 7th. Okay, sorry for that one. To the 8th to the 9th, but you clearly saw me handling the watch. And when the minute hand approached midnight, chuck, we had the change of the date. That's how it's supposed to be. Showing you the Seamaster 300 from the backside. Shows you the Co-Axial master chronometer Calibre 8800. It's 100% Omega Calibre, of course, featuring 35 joules. It is a 3.5 hertz movement. The balance will, with its silicon hairspring, oscillate at 25,200 semi-oscillations. I said it before. The movement features a power reserve of 55 hours. The entire watch, not only the movement, is master chronometer certified, goes through a variety of torturing tests to finally be able to carry the name master chronometer. It withstands, the entire watch withstands magnetic fields up to 15,000 gauss. One of the main key points is that the watch has a silicon hairspring. Yes, and whoop, that's how it is. And yep, coaxial escapement on the 3 levels, the latest generation of coaxial escapements Omega has to offer. Has a rhodium-plated rotor and bridges, Geneva waves in arabesques, and blackened screws, barrel, and a balance wheel. So let me show you. You can see the blackened barrel. Here you see it. You see the blackened screws and so on. For the experts among you, question, what else can you clearly see when you look at the case back? Yes, some maybe have already recognized or know what I'm talking about. This is not an iron lock case back, because if it would be an iron lock, then the diver 300 meter and 300 meter 1000 feet would be perfectly aligned. It is not the case. I can also show you this a little bit more difficult with the version with the bracelet. You see, it stands to the left. Here it is a little bit to the right. This is how it is. It's not an iron lock. If it would be, then it would be perfect aligned. And all of you knowing Omega, of course, know what it is. They have a construction when they screw in those case backs, they will always perfectly align. Talking about the non-tapering 316L stainless steel bracelet, you can see you have matte elements and some tiny little polished elements. Here you see these elements are polished and the rest of the bracelet is matte. This is cool. Now, since this is a diver, the watch features 2 possibilities to extend the length of it. You once have here a push piece. It's clearly written push. It is adjustable to 6 positions. And this brings on a total of 9.6 millimeters extra if you want to use it. So I will show that it is now fully extended. You can, I think, see the difference. And of course, I was pushing it from minimum to maximum or maximum to minimum, depending on which side you wanted to see it. You can also just bring it to the middle. I will stay here in the middle. You see, you can have a total of 6 positions if you want to use this. Easy to use and yep, very useful. And this now is very cool. And you have an extra diver extension if you want to use it. Look, you have a double diving extension. You can either open it up here. Look, this is how it is. Then you open up and there it is. Here you have it. And you add 2 times 11.70 millimeters. And if you add also the push extension, if you push on it, it extend, you come to almost 33 millimeters. You see here, It's a total of almost 33 millimeters. So you're extending 2 times 11.70 millimeters and you add another 9.60 millimeters. There we go. This is when you press here, you slide out 9.6 millimeters and this adds up to 33 millimeters. So this is how you use it and you have enough of possibilities to extend the length. Yeah, you have, of course, folding clasp. Let me show you. You close and you have a double security to open it. Only if you press on both of the push pieces, it will open. And yeah, you have beautifully engraved the Omega logo here. And if you see some small scratches, why are they there? These watches are from the actual Omega collection that are shown to the trade or are touring here in Austria to be shown to the trade and to customers if they wish. And of course, I had the chance to get hands on them. So these watches have been used already or touched by lots of people probably. And so they might have some small scratches. It was not me putting these or taking care of these scratches. Now let me show you how to use the rubber strap. The rubber strap, it's much more easy to adjust the length. It's a pin buckle, nicely executed with the Omega logo here. You see, here's the Omega logo, nice. You just slide in. And already here at the end, there's something I have to point out. Here is a triangle that is very, very important. Why? Because the loop, the second loop, features a small pin. You see here the pin? There is a small pin in there. And once you have been adjusting the strap to your length, you close. And then now comes nicely. Look, you slide through the first loop. It's fixed. The first loop does not move. But the second one moves. You can see it moves here. And once you slide in, and then the little nipple or pin goes into the triangle and it does not move anymore. So you fix it and it stays there. And this is a little detail I very much like because I have several of these bracelets where once you fix the loop, it will either slide out or slide back or don't stay at its position. Not the case here. This is nicely done. You have here Seamaster. You have written Omega here. And you have the Omega logo on the pin buckle. Very nicely executed green rubber strap that, yes, I would say perfectly matches the color of the dial and bezel. So for me, this would be the way how I would wear this Omega. So that's it for today. I hope that you have been able to discover all facets of the Seamaster 300 Diver. It's up to you now to please use the comment section and to share your thoughts. Once again, yeah, in the picture you see the version I would wear. It's definitively the version with the rubber strap. Yeah, I'm not I personally, this is my person. I'm not too much a fan of bracelets in general, so I prefer to wear the watches either with NATO straps or with rubber straps, etc, etc. Thanks very much for watching the video. Don't miss also the other video we have been putting on a couple of weeks, months ago. More than 210,000 views already. I hope this video will reach the same amount of views, of course. Yeah, share the video with your friends, neighbors. Stay tuned on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. And thanks for watching as always. And yeah, see you soon back here on our channel. Bye-bye.